Molo Sanmonani, hello, how's it? Hello, shalom, good people. Oh boy, has it not been a while since I've chatted to you folks. Welcome to it. This is vlog 111. Goodness me, 111 of these already. A lunchtime chat with you guys. Here I am wondering where you are. Maybe you're watching me from the office, whether it is a makeshift home office or maybe if you're back in your office building itself. I'm coming to you from my home township of Mlazi here in KZN. I'm back home and I'm a Durban resident once again due to some family circumstances. But so shout out to all my Mlazi residents out here. Lots of content coming your way. I'm just in a bit of a religious period at the moment, a bit of a yontiv period. In fact, we've just come from Rosh Hashanah, and it's the lead up to Yom Kippur. So there won't be a lot of activity on my social media, but the content I will keep coming. Welcome to it. We are watching vlog 111. We're going to be very brief on this one, and I really do mean that because it's a quick interview with a fella who is from the Institute of Race Relations, a chap who's the head of campaigns there. You know him very well. I'm talking, of course, about Gabriel Crouse. Let me just bring him on screen. There he is. Gabriel, good day. Welcome to vlog 111 here on the BDL show.
How's it, Sihle? I think they call that a Nelson in cricket, 1-1-1, and then you have to sort of stand with one leg in the air.
But dude, we're going to be brief because really what we're looking to prosecute is the issue of the shenanigans around the upcoming local government elections. The IEC, or really the EC, the Electoral Commission, has not draped itself in glory around this issue. It's actually been rather shameful up till now. But someone's watching this and thinking, IEC, shame, what's going on? Big Daddy, fill us in. And let me maybe put it to you, Gabriel. Fill us in. What's going on here and how are you guys getting involved?
Okay, so the first step was the Electoral Commission said we can't have an election this year, even though there's a constitutional deadline to say we have to have one before November 1st or by November 1st. We said that's wrong. It's wrong on the science, it's wrong on the law, it's wrong on the public health. We'll show you how we can do this right, and many others said so too. The IEC had to go to the Constitutional Court. We joined as a friend of the court to bring our arguments to bear, to resist the postponement, to protect the election cycle, the lifeblood of our constitutional democracy. We won. Absolutely. The Constitutional Court says, when it says in English, you have to have the thing by November 1st, it doesn't mean if you feel like it. It means you have to have the thing by November 1st. And if 100 other countries could do it freely and fairly and safely, we've had lots of countries, Ghana, Zambia, Egypt, had elections. South Africa can have elections too. Let's make it work. Okay, so that was a win.
Absolutely.
Then came the problem. Out of the jaws of victory, defeat has almost been snatched. The IEC was asked by the ANC, okay, if we have to go ahead with the election, please can we reopen the candidate lists? Because the ANC didn't get all its candidates on the lists in 93 municipalities out of 273. So they've got some missing issues, especially there in KZN. I don't know about Mlazi itself, but in a lot of KZN, the ANC is looking for a hiding if things go forward the way they are because of their own failure. And that's the issue that's now going to court.
So I was just about to say, let's take a second here because someone is hearing something, the candidates list. What is that even? Okay. So this is the list, obviously, that political parties must submit to the IEC to state their intention of who is going to stand for what ward, assuming they're a ward councillor. And of course, the overall list, a PR, proportional representation list, which is the number of councillors they get into council based on the overall percentage of the votes they get. Is that correct?
Absolutely correct. And so the problem with the PR list, here's how poorly the ANC performed. They only needed to put one name on the list. If they then get more votes, so like let's say a municipality has 100 PR councillors.
Yeah.
If the ANC put one name on the list, but they got half the vote, they'd get 50 councillors. They could then add those names later. But if you don't even put one, then you're not on the ballot. Then you get Luto. You get 0.
So let's
they
understand
didn't
this
do that.
clearly. This is an ANC mess up. They did not honor the deadline. They, for whatever the reasons, obviously the reasons were, their workers haven't been paid and they're on a go slow. Tough cookie. They didn't get the candidates in on time. And in all fairness, the IEC should have been saying, tough shit, excuse my language, we're moving on, because it's done this before to other parties, Gabriel, hasn't it?
Yes, especially in KZN. The NFP and the IFP have both been turned away from elections on the basis of them not meeting deadlines. The DA's also suffered in one ward, but they've been punished as well. So this is how it's supposed to go. By the way, when Sihle says it's the ANC's fault, he's not making it up. He's not attributing. He's not making an allegation. Jessie Duarte, the head of the NEC of the ANC, she herself said this was the ANC's fault. By the way, a week earlier, she said, no, it's not our fault. It's the IEC's fault. And if you don't fix it, it's prejudice against the ANC, and we're going to have to redo the whole election. But then after a week, she changed her mind. She admitted it was our fault, guys. But why did she admit that? Because the IEC had said, well, never mind whose fault it was. We're going to reopen the candidate list for everybody. Why? Because of the following argument. The law says, and the law does say this, there's a link. You must be able to run for office and you must be able to vote once you are a grown-up citizen. So then they said, usually, here's how things work. First, you close the voters' roll. Then you close the candidates' nominations. But this time, the Concourt has ordered that the voters' roll must be reopened. Why? Because Dlamini Zuma, Cochrane Minister, shut that voters' roll before people got a chance for an in-person registration weekend. It was voter suppression. People have been promised, you'll get your chance, you'll get your chance. Now you will get your chance on September 18th, September 19th. And I do say that the IRR can be proud of contributing to that, for you to have your chance to register to vote. We pushed against this thing from the moment Dlamini Zuma said it. We were the first out the blocks. We challenged this. We took it to court. We're very happy that we won. You must register. You must have the right to register. That is protected. But now they're saying because the registration's being reopened, the candidate list must be reopened. Otherwise, and I kid you not, someone might have turned 18 on August 23rd. That's after the candidate list closed. But now they can register on September 19th, so they can vote, but they can't run. And they say that can never happen. But here's the problem, Sihle. Firstly, you can register from the time you're 16. Secondly, you could have registered. It's just that you had to do it online or by going into an electoral office. Now, ordinary voters can't all be expected to do that. But if you want to be a candidate, you can't plead poverty, say, I don't have data, because you have to already pay thousands to be on the list to show that you're a serious person. You can't plead ignorance. Oh, I didn't hear about this, because you're a candidate. You need to be involved. So the argument holds no muster. Plus, and this is the final point, the Constitutional Court heard an argument from the EFF saying, please, can you reopen the candidate list? Because it was difficult, level 3, for us to have our thing. It's very challenging. Please reopen the list. The Concourt said no. So if the Concourt says no to the EFF, the IEC can't say yes to the ANC to do the same thing. That's crazy. That's just corruption.
And that's the point I was alluding to in a very sort of cheeky way in the descriptor, and really the title of this video, of effectively, if the IEC does this, it would be aiding and abetting the ANC to cheat in this election, because it would be one rule for them and another set of rules for all the other parties that had asked the same thing. Gabriel, final point. I know the IRR is looking to get involved in this particular issue. There are a few parties already. Who's currently before the Constitutional Court, and are you guys still contemplating getting involved?
So the DA opened with papers to the court to say you mustn't let the IEC do this thing of reopening the candidates list, because it goes against your own order and against the law. Then the IFP joined quite quickly to say the same thing. We support the DA's relief. Keep this thing fair. Then the Concourt said, okay, we hear you. Now the IEC must explain themselves. The IEC said a notion to oppose, and the ANC said a notion to oppose. So the Concord has said the IEC and the ANC must explain themselves by Monday noon, this Monday coming in 3-4 days. They have to explain themselves.
And so no dilly-dallying, no delaying tactics. Your ass needs to be in court on Monday.
You got to explain yourself. So we will be reading those papers. Then the court said to us and all the other friends of the court that are already in this case, they said, you can also respond by Wednesday. So we're going to see, what does the IEC have to say for itself? What does the ANC have to say for themselves? Also, we'll see that the EFF has subsequently joined, also supporting the DA and the IFP. They're also saying, look, you said no to us. You can't say yes to them. So everyone's going against this, excepting for the ANC and the IEC. They're standing alone together. I believe that the court will find against them. But we're going to look at what the arguments are. We're going to look at what facts have not been brought to their attention, because we've got demonstrable facts of where the IEC and the ANC have been playing silly buggers with the truth. And the court needs to know that. The court is not a policeman. It doesn't look for facts. So we as a civil society have to bring it the facts so that it knows how the court itself has been lied to. These agencies have lied to the court.
Yeah. Hey man, deployed cadres of a feather will flock together. I wish you guys all the best. You have the full support of the show. In fact, the hashtag Save the Vote campaign has been something which I'm fully involved in and in support of. And let's do exactly that. Hashtag Save the Vote. Thank you very much. That's Gabriel Crouse, of course, from the Institute of Race Relations. We'll touch base with him in a later basis, maybe even on that Monday, once we get a sense of what's happening in court. And thank you for watching this very quick lunchtime stream. I'm back, good people. Back from Yontiv, my religious observance. I'm back. Based in Durban. Lots of content coming your way. Oh my goodness. Some really interesting stuff, including a trip up to Joburg soon to start rallying support for the Mazakele campaign that I'm looking to launch. Yeah, that stuff is now well and truly cooking in the background. I'll see you on Sunday for Liberty and Friends, and thank you for watching the short vlog. Oh, you thought I forgot. And remember, never trust a commie.